Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live! Hosted today by our President CEO, Andy Albright!
All right, here we go. Here we go. God, ain't nothing like being ready when you get there, you know. No warm up or nothing. Get my stretches in before I do this thing. Oh my gosh, was it last weekend? Has it been, how many days since our national convention? About 2 weeks almost. Has it been 2 weeks almost? 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. How many of y'all in here were not at our national convention? You missed it. You were not there. All right. Yeah, all right, good. I'm going to tell you, Bo, it was crazy. Magicians. You see when they stuck them swords through that girl? I was expecting blood to come squirting out. I was like, here comes the EMT again. That was picture how she was. They was thinking. I said, how did she miss it? Ah! That was crazy. And Vagnosi talking about how to do those dadgum IULs. And they're starting to roll in the house too, man. People starting to sell them like crazy. People finding them. You got the books going out. So here, of all the stuff, Andy, what do you think you like the best? The breakout sessions were Tim Goad and Jeff Bright. Oh, it was intense. But here's the thing: our team invested more in books and materials and tools than we ever have. Shows me that we've got the smartest, most committed, business-minded individuals we've ever had in the history of the company, which fires me up. Because, I mean, you can't do no job without right tools. My dad's talking about that. Go get the right tools, boy. I mean, you ask him to do something, he start mumbling. I knew he said the same thing and everything. I got get the right tools, boy. Got to get a different tool. But when everybody started getting the right tools for it, I mean, it's going to continue on. Here's the crazy thing. Can you imagine our family reunion July 18, 19, and 20? That's right. Get your tickets, baby. Oh, there's one thing I can't even bring up because we're busy working on the ark right now. I always want to say I was working on the ark. Oh, shoot. Get your tickets, family reunion. Get your mindset. Put it in your calendar, July 18, 19, 20. Start building your team. Who are you going to bring? We're working on speakers. We're working on agenda. We're working on fun stuff. It's going to be crazier than the one we just got out of, and this one's going to sell out. It's going to be so much fun. Alaskan cruise. So we've got a lot of us have, who all's going to Paris? Oh, yeah. Raise your hand. All y'all going to Paris. Okay, woohoo. All right. Everybody Mac was doing his French. What was the one he was saying? Conseil, or? Comme ça. So Paris done gone. Now we're doing a cruise to Alaska. Crazy food, crazy cruise, crazy destinations we're going to be stopping. With the new point system that we're using this year, like this is your shot. If you're brand new, attention leadership, management, and those of you in charge and those of you who have been here a while. Show your people how to get the bonus points. I'm not kidding you. We just had an agent write a policy, and the first policy he wrote wasn't with NLG or F&G. It wasn't with Forrester, one with CFG. And the agent ain't getting 10,000 points. How are you not thinking about that? Points, points, points. Premium, premium, premium. Penguins, penguins, and polar bears. I was thinking, Paris won't fit. Penguins. Alaska. Polar bears. Explain to your people every detail on how to win a all expense paid, all you can eat, all you can drink, all the fun you can have, all the associations. Everybody talk about, I wouldn't mind taking you to lunch. I'll bet. How about we go to lunch in Alaska? Hang out. Let's hang out like Paris. Let's hang out in Alaska, man. Let's do one of these big cruises. So show them every way to get bumped up, because there's like 60,000 bonus points available, annuity points available. If they're going to a house and making a sale and not filling out a green sheet, don't talk about this is how much money you could have made. Talk about we got to win this trip to Alaska. Because people are more excited about experiences than they are money. I'm just telling you that. They won't do it for the money. But I would. Did you do the green sheet? Refer. So everything. People ask like, how much should people sell? Enough to win the trip. Does that make sense? What if they need more money? Sell more. What if they don't need the money? We're going to go on an Alaskan cruise, Bo. We ain't talking about money. The money will just, I don't know, give it away if you don't need it. But you can't sell not enough to win an Alaskan cruise. Does that make sense? Like, Tim, I wonder if people follow what I'm saying. Like, this is me. If you've ever been coached by me, I'm going like, got to win the cruise. How long you were only with us?
5 months.
5 months. Let me see if I get this on here. Catch. So you were, Tim, you were how long? You were with us 5 months?
Yes, sir.
And won the Paris?
Yes, we did. Nikki and I.
Didn't it? I mean, the first thing I was on it, I was like, you got to win Paris. So brand new people, you got 11 months left. This joker had 5 months, and y'all didn't have near the bonus points that are available this year. And there was no combination of annuities. There was no full credit for IUL. We got to get people thinking all the way. Full credit for personal production. There's all kinds of stuff. So think about this. If you can get 100 people winning this cruise, that's 100 times 119,000 that you override, or 115,000. You tracking with me? That's like my mindset. I don't worry about how much people selling. I look at on the way to the cruise. Okay. Now I'm gonna have something else to do, Tim. You can sit back down. I don't want to get into talking about how I teach too much, but activity. I just ran into this some people the other day, and they were talking about what's your goals. If you want to do any goal, it's on this. But what I would do is get them booking 20 appointments and back that into how many phone calls that takes. I hammer people on activity because there's no excuses they can make. Does that make sense? Okay, I don't want to get hung up on that. It's important. Okay. Oh, supercharged 2019 Forrester's extra incentive. These companies crack me up. Billy, can you make that magically appear, the Forrester's incentive? They're always, so we've got money that we're paying out. We've got promotions that we're giving out. Make sure people understand. I got a group coming up here Thursday. It's either 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But I'm going to walk them through and make sure they understand this commission grid and how they can go all the way up to 110%, 117%, 100%, like that. There's no waiting also. So make sure everybody gets that. You getting close? That is the Leadership Academy. That's dang close. IUL training. It's the Forrester's incentive, mister. All right. I'm not worried. I'm not worried, but I want to see it. Okay. Before that's coming up, Saturday's coming up. Dean Vagnozzi is coming up Saturday. Ryan Parker's coming in, and I think Jim Mosley from NLG. Plus, Terry's going to be teaching, Swindell's going to be teaching, Cass is going to be teaching. I'm sure we got several other people that are going to be laying it out. So we're going all day intense on big premium product training. You ain't found it yet? Because I don't know what it is. I just know I got an email and I told them put it up there that their Forrester's wants to do another incentive starting like right now. What's today's date? 6. I think it starts the 11th. So get your mind right. They're going to give away something else free. Hey, here's the thing. Like when I worked at the cotton mill, they were never coming up going, hey, we want to do a free cruise. You want to win an iPad? I got an insurance. I thought, this is la-la land, man. These people are not right about money. It just don't make no sense. Like if you're with us and you don't have any money, there's something not clicking yet, and I'm gonna try to get it to click for you. I ain't trying to put nobody down, but if you're in here and you ain't got no money, I've never seen any business. Look, I'm telling y'all, I was trying to make money selling goats. Y'all know what I had plenty of? Goats. Goats everywhere. Pine needles. I went into pine needle business. Rake it up, put it in a bag. City people, they didn't know you could get them for free. City people. We pile them up, put it in a bag, selling bags for $3. Trying to make some money. You know what I had plenty of? Pine needles. Went to work at textile, trying to get a job so I make some money. I had all the denim you could, it wasn't jeans, it was just sheets of denim. You fold that stuff, you haven't get a denim whatever with it. I went into Amway, you know I had plenty of? Soap. There's soap everywhere. Stuff smell good. Double X vitamins. I said, when I looked at the insurance, I said, what are we selling? They said, we're selling $100,000. I said, what are you talking about? That's what the people get. You selling money. You're selling money. I said, daggone. You can't sell money, honey. I ain't never had so much money in my life. I'm not kidding you, because you're selling IULs, you're selling retirement money, you're selling them saving money from taxes. If you ain't got no money when doing this, you need to talk to Terry, Tia, me, somebody. You need to get all up in here and figure out what's going on. You didn't find that incentive, did you, Billy? It's from Foresters. It's maybe I don't have it. That's okay. That's not it. That's the agenda for the leadership. I think it's like iPads or I don't know what it is. Something they're giving away for free. Okay. So Saturday all-day training, it's free. I think it starts at 9 a.m. Is that right? It goes till like 5 p.m. It's free. If, however, there's a 4-hour breakout with Dean, talking about running quotes. You got plenty of time with Dean for the free seminar. But if you want to break out with him in a smaller group, if you've already bought a case of 56 books, you can go in there. But if you've not bought one, you need to buy, and if you need more, you can get them at this price, $400 for a case of 56 books. So they're like $7 each. I mean, you sell one policy, you're going to make $2,000 or $3,000, or at least $600, a small one. The Leadership Academy, you can come back to the Leadership Academy that you just had up, Billy, if you can't find the other. That was good. All right. I want to show y'all something. Can you do the dates first, sir? You had it up. There you go. Yeah. So these Leadership Academies are 3 days. First, the night, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So on the 6th, the night before, we're going to have a social, appetizers, drinks, and we're going to meet everybody. But the next morning, we're starting at 8 a.m. and we'll go to 11 at night. Hear me. The next day, 8 a.m. to 11 at night. Next day, 8 a.m. to 11 at night. Okay, and listen to me. If you don't want to do an intensive training on how to sell, how to recruit, IULs, annuities, everything, do not sign up for this. Okay? This is I want to change my life, how to sell, role playing, how to show the plan, everything. Okay? We're going to do 3 of these. Jeff Bright's going to be traveling with me. Bob Grannon's going to be there. We're going to have all the right people. Dean Vagnosi's going to be there. Terry's teaching here. Brant Swindell, Paul Roberts. We're doing one in Florida, and we're doing one in Dallas, Texas. So you got to commit to the night before and then all day, 3 days. If you can't afford to stay out of work for 3 days, you're going to be in a bind, okay? Because that's what it is. It's 3 full days intense. Go back to the agenda. There you go. All right, look. So here's an idea how this works. So this is who's training in each category in Burlington and Lakeland and Dallas. But we're going to go how you qualify. First of all, there's an application that you have to fill out. That needs to go to Bob Grannon. It's a limit of 50. We may only take 35 because we say we don't have but 35 people that qualify. And I'm going to get into who qualifies in a few minutes. But you're looking at Alliance Aidens and Alliance Alice's, or at least internally, they've got that crazy spirit, smart enough that we can train them and get them. Okay, so we go over intents about our beliefs, the 8 steps playbook. We start about the culture with Jeff Bright, our values, behaviors. There's all kinds of extras. There's a love-hate exercise if you've never seen that. We're going to do groups of love and hate. The MMM, we're going to talk about how enthusiasm, how excitement. We're going to go over the plan, drawing your team out, intents, drawing your own team out, creating top 25, the 3-step method, positivity, negativity, get started, go serve, and goal set. This is the GS3. This is one day. Do you have another day, Billy? I don't know if there you go. Okay, so then the next day, this is day 2. The ABCDE, we'll go through that. Alliance University, we're going to talk about different, we will actually redo some of the educational parts of Alliance University. The ATM, how to use it, budgets for leads, show them how to do a great appointment setting. We're going to go over the milk crate or and so if you say my guy's already perfect, that's fine. If your guy's already perfect, he knows all this, he don't have to go. Introduction, annuities, green sheet, how to get the green sheet, what's it for, getting referrals, intents, underwriting, how do you pick which product to go to. This is bad to the bone. The milk cart and all that is. Albright mindset. Okay, do page 3. So y'all see how this is going too. This is 8 a.m. to 11 o'clock. Now last night we're going to cut off at 8 o'clock. We're going to eat. We're going to have a party and have a good time, celebrate, and we're going to talk about the next 90 and next 180 days from this deal. Okay. And by the way, we're going to feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everybody's going to eat together. So there will be a ton of materials handed out. So I'm going to kind of mess you up in a good way about this price. Listen to what we decided to do. We're going 3 days, all the material, everything. Call it a $10,000 seminar. We're going to do for free when you write $100,000 in the next 6 months after the event. Does that make sense? So here's what we're going to say. You get everything for $199, $199. Not $10,000, not $20,000, not $5,000, but $199 for all the food, all the materials, 3 days, 8 a.m. until 11 o'clock. There's no admittance to get in. You just got to qualify with the application. And then you write $100,000 in the next 6 months. It's free. If you don't, then we'll take it out of your check for the next 90 days. Does that make sense? It's very simple. If you get halfway there, you do $50,000, we'll knock half of it off. Does that make sense? And if you don't do it, we will get you into another one because it didn't take on you. We'll let you redo. Does that make sense? In other words, if you have to pay for it, we'll let you in another one. Unless we just decide that was just nobody won on that deal. Pig got frustrated and we got muddy. Y'all know what that is. You try to teach a pig to sing, you're going to get nasty and the pig's going to get pissed. You know what I'm talking about? He'll be like, I don't know what you're trying to get me to do. Yeah. All right, so this is the first time we've ever done this, by the way. We've never did an 8 a.m. to 11 o'clock at night, 3 days in a row. And you see we've got different speakers lined up for everyone. I'm doing a lot of it. Gina's doing a lot of it. We got Fitz on there. Got Jason Carey doing training. Robbie Kraft doing a ton. Paul Roberts, Diane. Lampy. So it is the leaders doing the teaching. It's intense. You can see the agenda. Speakers might change. We don't know who's available, but we got who we want to speak and who the backup is. And Bob Grannon's done a heck of a job breaking this down into the details, and it's going to get broken down even tighter than that. I mean, we've got there's a lot of one-page worksheets that I've used with people that I've personally trained for the last 27 years. And so we're going to say, like, Terry, here's how this works. I want you personally to train that. So each trainer will be trained on what they're supposed to do. We want to get people that are already killing it, but we're going to make sure we get people that have crazy fun too. All right. Seems like it ought to be something else. Oh, get this. I got a cookie company contacted me. They don't know I'm on a keto. But can you check out this? They want to know, can they make these and sell them? Either that or Tim Long brought them to me as a gift. Look at this one right here. Got my jet on it. Huh? Bribery. That's my go-to move. That's pretty cool. So can I give these out? Because I can't eat these, dude. I can't do it. Huh? Anybody want a cookie? Oh, right between the eyes. I should keep my jet one. One more back in the back. All right, I'm going to keep this one for a while. What was I was going to tell you about. Mike Hartley. Mike Hartley gave me this keto macadamia nut thing, and then I lost it, and then I was like, I didn't even get to taste it. And he gave me another one, and I liked it. But then I ordered some stuff. But then the CEO of this company called Undercover Colors, I don't know if y'all, this is the one that's detects date rape drugs, so girls or guys can use these things. So I'm friends with the CEO. She spoke at one of our events, Barbara Cook. So she was in talking to me, and she said, you know who you would like is the guy that started Keto Logic. And I was like, does he live around here? She said, yeah, somewhere around here. Guess where he lives? He lives right behind my hangar over there. I'm not kidding. So him and his CEO came over and spent 2 hours with me yesterday. We laughed our butt off, and they talked to me. And so it's a crazy, company that's just blowing up called Keto Logic. Isn't that crazy? And we were talking about mentality and trying to win and what it takes and hiring people. Just, I guess talking about Ferraris and Lamborghinis. The things that rich people talk about, I was cracking up. It was something important. Okay. So let's rock and roll. I promised to talk about, if you don't find a way to make money while you nap, you're going to end up working the rest of your life. Does that make sense? You got to figure out a way. I learned this at a young age. I said, I got to find a way to make money when I ain't there. And I found the easiest way in the world to do it. It's join the alliance and build you a network, because we already got the leads provided. We got the trainers across the country in the hot spots. I ain't never seen anything like it in my life. And when I joined it, it was great. But now that we've refined it the last 20 years, it's a miracle. I'm not kidding you. Now, the only thing missing is you and elbow grease. You and work. Does that make sense? But I'm going to tell you, and it's funny how it don't take with some people the first time, third time, fifth time, sixth time. So some of this stuff I hope you've heard before, and I hope it takes, okay? I said I'm going to show you how to draw it out, work it out, and dream it out, okay? So I think that'll get me close. All right. So draw it out, work it out, and dream it out. Well, as usual, I got on the phone with Tim Goad, and we were talking about my game plan. He said, I think you need a WWW. I was like, put an E on it, and I'm in. WWE. Write it out, write it out, work it out. I got one of them right. He'll change something. Work it out and wonder it out. Okay? So, here's what I was looking for. Oh, this will be a timeout, edit this out, but I want to tell you all this. The ARC system is ridiculous because you can understand exactly what your pay is. If you're a builder, there's so much more protection than you've ever had. We can save you money and make you money. It is, all the reviews have been raved, like, okay, and what I'm going to tell you is, this is the very beginning. There's a CRM system that's part of it. There's a way that you can look up all your downline that's part of it. All that stuff, they're working their butt off, okay? I'm not surprised, though. I want to tell you all this. We had files missing. We had carriers left off stuff. We had them put agents in different hierarchies. We had them leave out hierarchy. I can't express to you how big of a cluster that this has been. You with me? And I'm not surprised. I mean, we changed, y'all understand, we took a $100 million company and changed the way we compensate from 11 different carriers to running it through our system. And these carriers, I don't know if y'all know these carriers, but they will make a mistake when doing it right would have worked just fine. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just, you know what I mean? They're like people to tell a lie when the truth would have worked. You know what I mean? They just, and I ain't trying to put down our partners, but God help. I hate it, but I'm not surprised. Because what these people want, they're like Reba and Casper, our dadgum dogs. Training them fools was a mess. Beat them, kick them, threaten them, scream at them, whoop them. But once them dogs, they know what to do now. I'm going to tell you what, James got them trained, and they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the carriers, once you get them boys trained, so it's a nightmare. It's like a new puppy. So so what we've done is, I've had managers loaning people $500, $100, because here's the thing. It's embarrassing, I know. Some of us, I don't do this. I've never done it all my life. I was just raised redneck, always want to have money in my pocket. Some people live paycheck to paycheck. And if I'm hitting you between the eyes, I ain't trying to be mean to you, but you need to have, let me tell you what my dad told me. It's okay to have money in the bank. It's okay to have money in your pocket. He say, is it burning a hole in your pocket, son? It's okay to save it. So what I'm telling you is, this go-round, I remember, this go-round in our life, when you get back to even, let's run hard and put some money in the bank this time. Does that make sense? So that something never happens in your life. If you have a flat tire, you get sick, your back goes out. I had a boy's back went out a while back, and we didn't know. We thought we were going to have to loan him money, a lot of money, because I thought without that paycheck coming in, he didn't have a hierarchy. He didn't have that money coming in, didn't have a hierarchy, and didn't have any money saved, or didn't have much money saved. So I'm not putting anybody down for that, because if somebody needs money because you wasn't ready for this, because of all the confusion, a lot of us got money saved up. We can loan you money. Don't just kind of whisper, hey, listen, we'll go, all right, we'll help take care of you. You with me? Does that make sense? Yeah. But when we get running this time, let's put more money in the bank. Does that make sense? So I'm saying two things is, let us know if it's caused you crazy hardships. One guy called in here and said, can I get a loan? We said, Bo, you ain't sold no insurance in the last 3 months. The ARC is not your problem. He said, what's my problem? We said, we don't know. You ain't sold nothing in 3 weeks. That's what your problem is. I don't want to tell him that, but, her. Okay, y'all follow what I'm saying? So it was a mess. It's getting straightened out. We found something yesterday that we freaked out with foresters, but they're going to fix it all. They are responsible to pay you. They've never not paid us. They've paid us wrong. They've paid us late. But they ain't never not paid. Does that make sense? Now, I got to tell you, there's never been an insurance company go out of business that they didn't pay every single debt. Banks guarantee up to $100,000. You got more than $100,000, you don't get your money when a bank shuts down. When we say federally guaranteed, that is not a good thing because it's only guaranteed to this amount. Insurance companies, 100% to the good, 100%. Because people are like, well, hey, no, I'm going to pay life insurance because they ain't never not paid. Right. So they're going to pay us, or they're going to pay ARC, which is us, and then it's going to pay you. But if the delay on it messed you up. Does that make sense? I did want to say that. And we're trying to educate more. What's that? Thank you for your transparency. Woo! Listen, I mean, I'm not kidding y'all. Caitlin, Preston, Chris Shepard, Tyler, Bob Grannon, Tony Hardy, Justin Foster, James Knight. Hey, let's just all clap for those guys. They have been, there's probably more of them. More of Keith Hall's people, more of the accounting. I mean, Caitlin was in here at midnight emailing stuff out. I mean, and then back in the next morning, I'd come in early to exercise, and I looked in there, she was already in there at 6:30, sitting in her office working, and all of them have worked crazy hours. So they're getting it right. It's going to be better than ever. I'm 100% confident. And it was funny, somebody was like, it's in the third week. And I was like, it's in the third week, as in, give them a little bit of time. It's 100 times better in just 2 weeks, this being the third week. So I'm very confident. Now, the other thing that's blown my mind, we've never moved this many leads out this fast and this early in the year. And our production, your production this week, after the first two, after the convention, no go, by the way. People are like, hey, my check, because we were at the convention. The week after the convention, or this week, has been huge. Friday was massive, Monday was massive, and Tuesday was massive. So we're throwing it on the fire because it's time to grow this thing. Okay? So I want to mention that. All right. Okay. This year, we are going to hammer everything in here. Y'all see what it says? Millionaire Maker Manual. Look, I'm moving, y'all moving. Y'all move. Y'all don't see what's going on with my cameras. All right. That was funny. Way to go, Becky. Millionaire Maker Manual. I knocked this thing out. Most of my first book, 10 years. This one took 90 days. I was reviewing stuff that I'm going to talk about here, and I won't talk, especially at these meetings. And I was laughing like crazy at some of the stuff that's in there. This stuff is gold. This is how to print money. Millionaire Maker Manual. And I see so much in there that people don't know, and it upsets me. I'm like, I wrote that thing in 2012 is when it first came out. Mac, let me know if I'm wrong about that. I want to say 10, but he told me 12 right off the bat. Okay, so one of the things, everything's in here that I'm talking about today, and I'm going to tell you. Matter of fact, draw it out. The draw it out part is on page 90. All right. But I want to teach it to you live, remind you of it, and get you back on this book. All right. We need to do seminars on selling. I give you that. You got to learn how to sell, recruit, and build. This is the building. It's not even recruiting, it's building. In other words, you got them fired up and they're coming on board. Where do you put them? How do you put them? How do you treat them? How do you draw out your group? So how do you draw it out? I think I got 2 examples. Let me see where they are. I'm betting you. That's one of them. Here's another one. Is this all the pictures you have, Billy? Is this it? Just these 2? You didn't get a drew out group from Shayla? Shoot. Huh? See if you can. Hey, Billy, here you go. Just scroll through there and find Shayla, X-E-L-A, and see if that drawing, I want to do that drawing while I'll see if you can load that up. I'll take care of the board. You don't have to worry about that. Y'all thought Billy wasn't a real person. That was Billy right there. All right. So this is Katrina Guston. she showed herself with, she says me, which is fine. That's her. Then she's working here with Richie, who hired Dawn, who hired Shannon. Okay. All right. Now, when she sent it to me the first time, it was just the circles. And what I did is I asked her to, and apparently he didn't get that either, but I said, bring it to life. Tell me about these people. So she starts talking about selling, was at NatCom, married, used to be with Mona V, built a team to a Ruby executive level. He was downline from Brighart. And y'all might not know who these people are, but I know who they are, and she knows who they are. In other words, if a person comes from IBM, or if they came from Ross Perot, or if they came from Brighart, or came from Bill Britt, there's mentalities that were taught in these organizations. So what I'm telling you is, these are hints as to who I'm dealing with Richie. So she's sending that to Leventovich, she's sending that to me. Shannon is selling, she was at NatCom, got a master's degree. So it's a lot of positive stuff. This is Richie's mother-in-law. She had her own agency in the past. She got a degree. Finished the life portion of class, 30s, married. Here's her son in class. And then here's another leg that she's had. Already selling. 34 years old, married, kid, bachelor's degree, teach school. Has a list, he wants to build, selling, single, kids. Y'all get the idea? So this is kind of how you draw it out. Let me do. She said, do you want more width? I was like, if you have it, send it to me. So this is leg 3, 24, single. Erica, Houston, Texas, leg 4, and leg 5. Okay? So here's the thing, the first thing I want to tell you to understand this is you want to draw your group out with your best and brightest up here, and the people that you're not so wild about down here, okay? And not only down here, it's over here. So it's really, if you're bad, you're going like this. If you're good, you're going like this in my group, okay? So then the question is, how do we judge people? Now, what's interesting is, to me, is how you can get promoted all the way up here with no discrimination, but yet you're judged. It's an odd, kind of a weird thing to me to say that, but I hope you understand it. It's based on what you do. Because when I heard that, I was like, if you're going to judge me, I've been through that crap before. Redneck, went to NC State, you didn't go to Ivy League, and all that junk. But when this organization said we're going to judge you on what you do, I was like, oh, Albright getting ready to get crazy. Nicole was texting me earlier, Nicole Fankhauser, and she asked me what was the number one trait with somebody that wins. And I was like, loyalty, persistency, and something else I told her, and I really kind of forgot about that for a little bit, because she was like, what I mean is, why do you think you did good? And I was like, oh, relentless. I'm just dogged. Albright, I want to get into the dream part, but Albright wanted to be free. Albright wanted to have money. Albright done had it, we broke them. Okay, didn't like schedules. I like to do my own thing. And I was fired up about being judged by what I do. Oh, this is Shayla's. So here she is. Shayla's 19 years old. This is her drawing. And this is good guy, great guy, smoking. You with me? Y'all see how that works? Yeah. This is the way it always goes down. This is all about what's happening with everybody. And listen, by the way, here she ranked them. This is best, number 1, number 2, and number 3. I told her to give me the craziest people, fanatics that you have. And so she picked Michael, Brett, and Jonathan as people that she wants me to talk to, because Watch this. This is kind of, people always like, they want me to work with their dum-dums. I just can't get this guy to do nothing. I go like, I'm not messing with him. Why would I do that? I'm not getting embarrassed. Albright tried to help him, but he couldn't get him to do nothing. I'm not talking to him. I'm going to talk to easy ones that are psycho, out of their mind, fired up. You're not going to suck me into talking to you dum-dums and talk about, Albright ain't no motivator. Give me one that's already motivated, and I will take credit for motivating him. Does that make sense? How you going to argue with that? You can say something about it, but I mean, people are always like, I want you to talk to him. You're a miracle maker. I say, I know. If they don't know that I work with people that are already good and kicking arse. You know? You know? People talking about, why should I work with you? I'm like, I don't, you know what I'm feeling? Why should I trust you? Why should I work with you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because unless you're awesome, probably not a good idea to work for me. Because I can't change that. You know what I mean? If you're awesome, yeah. That reason you should work with me is so I get credit for turning your life around. But you didn't turn my life around. It's already great. I know that, but everybody thinks y'all turned it around. Does that make sense? Like people think I turned people's life around when they were already great. Does that make sense? And people say, well, what if I'm sorry and just not that good? Fake it. Fake it so that I think you are, and then I'll start working with you. You say, but if I'm faking it and you work with me, then it won't work. Yeah, it will, as long as you fake it. But you got to fake it good. You know what I'm saying? You can't halfway fake it. You got to be in with the fake. Does that make sense? Like booking 20 appointments a week, faking. I mean, you got to book the appointments, but you got to fake like you're a good person or a good booker. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. But before they do anything, how do you judge them, Andy? Well, based on what they do. You said, but I thought it was before they do. No, before they get licensed, what are they doing? Did they sign up for class? Did they start reading my books? In other words, the 8 steps. What you do is you judge them based on if they're doing the 8 steps. Are they listening to audios? Are they reading books? Are they coming to meetings? Are they working their way through class fast? Now, I will tell you this. When you talk to people, you need to explain it to them, what they're supposed to do. I think a lot of people hire people, and then they stand back and watch them, and they say, show me if you're a good person or not. What I do is I say, all right, I've hired you. Now, here's your job. Here's what you got to do. You got to get through this class in 24 to 48 hours. That shows me that you're psycho. If you're not psycho, fake it like you are. You with me? Now, when people start telling you you're neglecting stuff because you've been doing this for 48 hours, you tell them you apologize and you're sorry and that you're temporarily insane, or you follow what I'm saying? Or you say you should see why I'm doing it and then show them and try to get them into your psychoism. Does that make sense? Now, if you want to take your time and work slowly, I'm okay with that because that gives me time to work with other people, so don't expect me to respond to your every need, desire, and wish and explanation. I can only do that with the good people. See, you got to copy what I'm saying. So I'm talking to Shayla. She needs to explain to all these new people down here, all these people down here, what she's expecting. Okay? By the way, people rise or fall to the expectations you set. If you don't expect them to do nothing, they probably won't. If you expect them to do a lot, they might. Okay? All right. And by the way, when you're drawing your group out, you're sending a signal. Because this person right here is an awesome person. They're just not as awesome as this person. So watch this. This person has moved up. This person is kind of moving down and to the left. How about that? Houdini. All right. So I'm not mad at this person, but the way I spend time or invest in them, they moved over here. Does that make sense? But this person just moved that direction. Now watch this. So when Shayla hires another person, if they come out of the gate smoking, they can move all the way to right here. Does that make sense? So you're always going to rank your stronger people to the left. Now, if this person objects and he says, I'm stronger than this person, I've got objective reasoning behind it to tell them. I go like, look, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a person that wants to sell, recruit, and build. You just want to sell. You just want to recruit. That knocks you down in who I'm looking for. This person furthest over here needs to want to sell, recruit, and build. And I'm also looking for fat people. I was fired up when I heard that. I was like, I'm in, you know.
That's right.
It means faithful, available, and teachable. Faithful is a person that will go out on a limb and do it. Like people have to be everything explained to them. They're not really faithful people. They're more logic-based people. Faith they just go out on a limb, they're crazy. They'll do it. And then action is just that. It's taking action. Teachable, when you coach them, they listened to what I coached. Now, if you're not coaching people, by the way, Kyle, you know we did a lot of coaching your people. We'll see who's coachable and teachable. Because people that do stuff want to do it. People that don't do stuff, they don't want to do it. If they don't want to do it, you know the three things, hard things to do. You try to kiss a girl leaning away from you. You try to climb a fence leaning towards you. Or try to help somebody that don't want to be helped. That's three things tough to do right there. Helping people that don't want to be helped. If people want to do stuff, they do it fast. And I say these, listen to me. Are y'all saying these things in the hot spots? Do you say, people during training, if you want to do it, you do it fast. If you don't want to do it, you show me by doing it slow. I can only help people that want it. And people that want it are judged on back to what they do. So we start laying these things out. Ready, willing, and able. RWA, we call them. Right now, somebody might have parent issues, might be going through a divorce, might be thinking about getting into a divorce, might be thinking about getting married. Same difference, right? They get ready to do something. That make sense? Because you know what happens? I'm not kidding you. My daughter's getting ready to get married. She can't do nothing. Same thing as you going through a divorce. You can't do nothing. It ties up your world. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not kidding. Venues, vendors, they got to go taste the food. Done got involved with my son-in-law now having to do stuff, and y'all know he's part of the alliance. I'm like, I said, but I gave him good advice. I said, make her happy, go. Make her happy, go. But in other words, ready. Are you ready to go? No, right now I'm going through a divorce. All right, when we get through that divorce, we'll just kind of piddle. We'll piddle while you're going through a divorce. Are we getting married right now? All right, well, we'll piddle with it. Guy says, I got married a year ago. I'm good. She wants money. She done had enough love. She's ready for the money part. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. She's healthy, ready for the wealthy part. Okay, because when they got married, you know, that's terrible right there. I mean, that's terrible. It's good for them, but it's just, I'm looking for ready, willing, and able. Does that make sense? I'm sick right now. I got to get recover. I got a cancer. All right. Let's get through it. You with me? Kids, whatever. You know, I'm nursing right now. I can't be doing that. All right. Don't be doing all that, bringing them out in public stuff. Whatever you want to do, just, you know what I mean? Just, all right. Look for ready, willing, and able. Y'all tracking with me? Okay. My parents moving in. Oh, God. I just think of all these things that make people not ready. I don't get mad at them or try to make them do it. I'm looking for people that are ready. You say, what if I'm going through all hell and I'm ready? Well, then you're ready. What if I don't give a crap and I just put everything down and go? That's okay. You're who I'm looking for. I didn't know that. I was sitting here thinking you had stuff going on, but you just sitting around nothing to do. That's awesome. You understand what I'm saying? And then willing. You know what I mean? Just because you can do it don't mean you gon' do it. So willing, or do they do what they're available to do? And then the other thing is, and this is a tough one, able to do it. See, because some people be fired up, but they can't walk. You know what I'm talking about? Or talk. Like, bro, you're going to need a brook and take a tutorial. It says that in Think and Grow Rich. People that have bad, dumb all over them. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, dumb. Y'all don't know about dumb. Y'all got cousins like that, I know. If it ain't you, you know somebody. And if you don't know nobody that dumb, I got bad news for you. I got bad news for you if you don't know nobody that dumb. Dude, I ain't kidding you. Every time I say stuff like that, I think about people, I get to laughing. Because Christmas ain't been far, has it? Because I saw a bunch of them at Christmas time, man. They was all pulled together in one spot. I said, daggone. I know. Like, yeah, I come up out there. How did I get out of there? I dropped down my knee. Jesus, thank you. I don't know how that happened that I didn't get to stay over there with that crowd. You know, I don't know. I don't know what makes me different. If not for the grace of God, there go I. I'm like, I could be right up in there talking about the utility bill and how much it's done went up, and I sometimes look at him like, what is he saying? I mean, sometimes am I talking to Charlie Brown's teacher? Womp, 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 womp. And they just talk about it. And they go back and forth. Just, God, time goes. I'll be like, okay, ready, willing, and able. So you find people that are able. So what these guys, what they're doing here, they're selling me. Shayla, by the way, Shayla's hired by her ridiculous, awesome mama and daddy, who are definitely be in Paris with us, Nathan and Melody. And so see, they're awesome. And now what I'm telling him is this is one leg of Nathan's. But I hadn't drawn out his whole group. This is just Nathan, just his number one leg. So he's got his daughter Shayla, who, oh, by the way, I said this person's able. This guy right here is ridiculous. I didn't think who it was. This is Amon, which is her brother, who, by the way, just got married. You with me? So watch this. He can move over. He can move back just like that anytime he wants to. Where people make a mistake is they try to decide who's going to be right here. I'll let him decide it. Does that make sense? So it's no offense. I'm not. It's like you set a kid on the bench if you're a coach. You're not. It's not like you don't like him. You're just like he's just not dribbling the ball right now. Maybe because he just got married, so he's going through all that. And Gene's a great guy, and Justice he's trying to play in the NFL. So does that make sense? Like I'm not. It's just we got to base it on what you're doing. Ready, willing, and able. So he or she could be very able, could be very ready, but not willing, not teachable. I'm gonna tell you this: if I'm telling a person, you got to start doing annuities, and they're not, and I got another person who's writing life insurance and selling annuities, I'm going to rank the person. What do you mean rank? That's who I'm going to talk to more. Does that make sense? Like that's who I'm going to play. If you're shooting threes, but you can't catch the ball. See the problem? If you can't shoot, can't dribble, get your tail back. Tail back on the bench.
Give me some water.
Get that boy a plate. All right, now watch this. I'm going to go back to mine. All right. So, here we go. As soon as you get somebody started, and by the way, when I have nobody in class, nobody fired up, the way I drew out my group was, this is the first person I ought to be talking to, here's the next smartest person, here's another smart person, here's a dumb that I might get in, and here's my cousin, right? So and then I'm thinking, I know he's got a brother and a sister. Nobody's even in class, and I'm drawing this out. But as soon as, let's say this one right here gets in class, I would move this one to number one because they're ready to sail now. Does that make sense? Dadgum your time. I just redraw you. Get over that. You tracking with me? I just move them over, move them around. So you really should, in the beginning, you should be doing this every day, every week. You should nonstop be drawing out your group because it tells you where to focus, who to think about, and really who not to think about. Because people drive you crazy wanting to talk to you and suck the energy out when all they want to do is talky, 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 go round in circles, and you don't want to do that. See, here's what people say. Well, these people driving me crazy. That's your fault. You're working with the wrong people. Learn how to put them off. Learn how to put your time with the right people. Watch this. You can't shut off darkness. You can't shut off negativity. You can only bring light into a room. Does that make sense? Now, light can be shut off by negative. Okay? But darkness can be turned light with light. So which one are you bringing into the room? You know that girl, they called her Sunshine, right? Because when she left, the sunshine came out. You know what I'm talking about? You can bring goodness. So what you got to do is whatever you focus on is going to grow. So you put the time in the plants, in the people, in the area that wants to grow. And you just see what people want to do is here's what they say. What are we going to do about him? What are we going to do about her? This guy won't go to hot spots. I don't care. You don't care. Okay, yeah, I do care. I want him to go. But what are we going to do about it? Have you got somebody going? Yeah, let's talk about them. So if this person does not want to go to hot spots and this person wants to build a massive business, then you get your butt over to their house and sit down at their kitchen table and go over how to win Paris. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to do this. If you have this person's ready to grow and this person don't even want to go to hot spots, a lot of people will start calling, texting, and drive this person crazy because they're trying to get this one to catch up with this one. Right. What I'm saying is go over here and show him how to say, look, if we contracted somebody, let me show you how to do this. Go online, show them how to do that. All right, if you hired somebody, who would you hire? Like who would be a good person? So that's called a list. You start working on their list. And then you say, why don't you just text that person that you just told me and see if they say, hey, let me have your phone. I'll text you. So you text them, hey, can we talk business for a minute? But you go over to their house and you start drawing your group out like this. Is this making any sense to y'all at all? So when you come back over here, see what happened is Eamon hired Gene and Gene hired Justice. But all of a sudden, Tim's blowing it up. So you don't wait. If you'd have waited for this guy to get more width, see this person has 3 wide, but if we'd have waited, this person would over here and this one would be over here. But because we went down here, this one, okay? So we call this right here a firewall. See right here, Nathan has Shayla, who has a solid firewall to keep problems from happening, and now Tim has a firewall built. We don't have any firewalls right here, and you want to help people to build firewalls, but then what you want to do is you want to get down in here. You really want to do it again. You really want to get down in here and find somebody else. So what I'm doing with Shayla, I'm saying, what are these 2 people right here? What are they doing good? Because can we find somebody better down in here? So here, other thing I'll hear people do is they'll say, I've got a group that has 3 people selling, and they've been like, the groups look like that for last 3 months. But I got another group that's come on board, and this guy has 4 people, and this person has 2, and this one has 1, and they've only been with me 1 month. Should I put him in as number 1 because of potential, or this one because he's doing a do? And I go, I don't care. If I say to you, give me your highest potential, I'd put him number 1. If I said to you, give me your highest do, I'd put him number 1. But if I don't tell you, then you just put them however you want it. It's your choice. Flip a coin, ask your wife, ask your husband. I don't care. So in other words, don't get hung up on who's first or who's second. And the same thing if you got 3 people over here, and this person's selling 1 a month, and this person's selling 2 a month, and then this person is crazy, good-looking, sharp, fired up, intelligent, RWA, fat as a dead-gum hog. He's got 3 cousins ready to go, and you go, should I move him over quicker? I don't care. Just draw him out. But a month from now, when he's writing 5 a week, yeah, he's going to move over here. Because if you're doing it every day, what we call these are dynamic groups, dynamic drawings. They non-stop changing what your team looks like. This is also, I call this, know what you want, take what we get. I know what I want, take what I get. Like I want a 27-year-old. Y'all, hopefully, watch this. This might surprise you. How many of you have never seen a picture of Alliance Aiden with the descriptions beside it? Who's not seen that picture? This guy's not seen it. This guy hadn't seen it. This guy hadn't seen it. This lady hadn't seen it. So these people need to see what we're looking for. You with me? Can you imagine with a bunch of rabbit dogs and the rabbit dog ain't never seen a rabbit? He'd be like chasing squirrels, deer, the other dogs. You start kicking the dog in the head, you ain't never showed him what a rabbit looks like. That makes sense? Show them what we're looking for. That way they'll try to please us. They'll try to make us happy by finding that right type person. I got to get this thing going. All right. I'm rolling. Why? Deliberate, effective, simple, rank thing. Oh, you know what I'm talking about ranking? People don't rank their life like this. The same thing. They'll be doing something that is stupid. We call it, matter of fact, April 20, 2016, I did a talk on ABCDE. ABCDE. E is eliminate. Like, I almost need to eliminate this person. I got things in my life I need to eliminate. I just don't talk to them. Does that make sense? Your A priorities in your life, you've got to take your phone call from your A. This is an A and this is an A. Got to respond. Got to respond. A people. Does that make sense? So the ranking game of your life's activities is the same ranking game of your business. Like this show is I got to do it. I got to have the right people on it. It's got to be powerful. I got to produce. I got to make it happen. All right, by the way, have fun, make money, make a difference. High priority. So I'm going to, so that was the, that's drawing it out. I can do more, and I can take questions on it. But the big thing is it's a dynamic, show it to your upline. And by the way, one of my things I like to do is when somebody says, I think this person's best, or I think this person's best, and I say, why? Tell me why. Defend your position. And sometimes I'll really think this one is 10 times better. And then I tell them why. So it'd be like if you're coaching a basketball team and you're putting players on the court, and I'm your mentor, and I go, I don't think I'd be playing that one. And you say, why? I said, well, you lost the game. You lost the other game. Maybe you should put this person in and set that person down. You go, Because if you're working with the wrong people and you're getting the wrong results, you got to start working. Does that make sense? So your upline's biggest thought process is showing you where to work, along with looking for the easiest place to work. Okay. So the other thing was work it out, which I kind of talked about work in the Ready, Willing, and Able. But dream it out. And I got some help coming. Jeff Bright is in the house, I think. Jeff, are you in the house? Come up here, Jeff Bright. The dream stuff, we're going to throw more at you, but the dream stuff is on page 251 of the Green Book. Speaking, did Tia make it down here? Tia, come up here for a second. I want to tell you something. We had a, I want to tell you that we had a problem. One of the people can't go to Paris, So we wanted to invite you because
Thank you.
speaking of dreams, because see, because we have a certain limited number of people to play on the court, and you can't always invite everybody. And we wanted to invite Tia, but we didn't have enough slots. And then something happened. Somebody had a personal family situation that we didn't know about, and they said we can't make it. We're like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And we said we knew what we was going to do. So happy for
Thank
you.
you.
Proud of what you do for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can go. Go cry in privacy. All right. You know what? How about this? One of my dreams is making other people's dreams come true. Does that make sense? Giving people a chance to be happy, but people dream about doing the stuff that I do every day, and nothing fires me up more than seeing somebody else get something they want. You know, for my children, my wife to get something she wants. This morning she woke me up. She's so happy she pulled off some deal, and I was like, you did it. I like to see other people. I like to see people pull off their dream, and she's probably saying, "How did you help?" My CFO, Keith Hall, helped. I hired Keith, and then Keith helped. I count that as help. I get an assist. Does that make sense? All right. We're glad you're there, Tia. Tia works in our ABTF. She sells like crazy. She recruits like crazy, and she builds like crazy. And that's why she gets to go. All right, we have a very, very clear cut. This is what you got to do. That makes sense. So same thing when I'm picking speakers at training. This comes back to the picking or deciding which way goes to the left and right. Talk to me about, Jeff said, "You're going to talk about dream? I got some academic brilliance." I was like, dreaming has nothing to do with academics, Jeff. Oh, hey, Billy. Did you have those pictures of those people from Shayla? I don't see them. Here's what a lot of people do to me. Oh, never mind. Keep trying to find it. I'll come back to that. People will not only draw out their group, they'll send me pictures of this guy and this girl and this family with the kids. You know what I mean? Like if I was recruiting a football player and you say, "I got a beast, you got to recruit this guy," right? He's an offensive lineman. Send me a picture, right? Same thing. I got an Alliance Aiden. Boom. I get pictures all the time. So I would do that with your upline when you find people. Does that make sense? So they look the part of a linebacker, they're more likely to be a linebacker. If they look like a point guard and you're trying to recruit them as a linebacker, you see the problem? So we're looking for those Alliance Aiden. And I love people always say to me, "Well, hey, I don't look like a linebacker. How am I going to hire a linebacker? Or hire a Alliance Aiden? I'm 50, get somebody that's 27 years old. You don't have to look the part. You got to hire people to look the part. They're in your downline. Dream, baby. What is it, Jeff? Tell me.
All right. So let's look at a progression.
Okay.
We have to start talking about the past. If we don't reconcile the past, we're not going to be able to dream about the future. I mean, y'all agree about that? Yeah, that's right. And I hate to do this, but I mean, some people don't want to talk about the past, and some of you talk about it way too much. So
Gets annoying is what it does.
Memories represent the past. So I'm going to talk about that first, but I'm moving on to the second thing in a little bit, where life, which hits us right between the eyes, represents our present. Then way over here, we're going to talk about how dreams represent our future. So that's how I'm moving to dreams. I'm going to get there, but you got to wait on me because I got to go back here to the past. All right. I like this quote: "That which touches the heart is engraved in the memory." You know, I love memories. I love memories, but some people live on old memories. And after a while, memories fade. And if you're latching on to that and it fades, then you're going to be drowning.
I think some people's memories get enhanced
Yes,
as opposed to fading.
Yes, they do.
Because they start remembering that high school game like it was a lot of people there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Took me back to Christmas and my family.
Family, yeah.
Do you remember? No, I don't. It faded. They supposed to fade. That's what it is.
They're
supposed to fade.
Supposed to do that, yeah. So the past is governed by our heart. That's what keeps memories alive. And look, I'm all for that. All for that. I have some great memories. And some of them are better than others, and they're kept alive in my heart. And we should always do that. I'm not downplaying that. But let's look at the past, two things. Two things make up the past. One is called moments, and one are called events. All right? So let's talk about moments. I'm not going to put moments down, but I want you to recall the choices that have shaped your world in your past. But don't dwell on those choices. We need to move on so we can make new memories. See, use the moments as motivation to separate yourself from your painful past, because a lot of us have painful past. We're carrying a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of us have failures in our past. Your grades from school may have made you or branded you a failure. Your previous marriage before the one you're in now may have branded you a failure. The friends you hung around with growing up may have branded you a failure. But you can choose today to move away from that past, and you're not a failure. You're only a failure if you remember the failures. So talk about the mess-ups. Get them out. Remind yourself and grow from them. But don't dwell on them. The worst habit is to get into practice and deception with yourself. Recalling a past that didn't happen. What Andy's talking about. Retelling history in order to make it fit your present.
People drain you.
Yeah. This only affects you moving forward, since your lies eventually are going to catch up with you. When you lay your head down on a pillow at night, can you sleep? If you can't, it's probably something you hadn't reconciled in your past. Now, events. Events are just as important as moments. Events where you remember significant dates in history, such as, and I'm all for remembering this, you should remember birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, all those kind of things. But don't drag insignificant baggage of these events from your past into your present. They will clutter your thoughts big, big time.
My granny died on my birthday.
That's a great example.
Every birthday I'm going to have to listen to this. Then a daddy died on a Tuesday. We're going to have to listen to this about every Tuesday. You know today's Tuesday. That's the day my dad died on. Shit.
So what Andy's
Hope
talking
your
about...
mama don't die.
What Andy's talking about is...
Dog died. My dog died at Easter. There goes Easter. Like, by the time you get 50 like me, you won't even have a good day out of 365. That's the day she got cancer. I remember that. There goes Martin Luther King Day, because that's the day she got cancer.
Can't even enjoy my day off.
That's
They
great.
got something for every day.
Great stuff. What Andy's talking about is releasing the emotional connection to a memory. That's what you got to do, is release that emotional connection to that
that's
memory.
My boy Michael.
So you can forget the event ever happened.
Get a picture of Michael. Michael, listen to this crap. It's important. You're going to be like them stupid old men that you know if you don't pay attention to this. Who wants to grow up and be that? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know them. No matter what day is, they remember everybody that died that day in time over the last 50 dadgum years of their life.
All right, I'm going to move on from past here and say...
Yeah, move on from that. I had enough of that.
If the present, let's talk about the present, is imaginary. The present is an imaginary line that divides the past from the future, to the future. Then be careful not to, some people ignore the potential of the present. See, the past stores our memories, but the future is where hopes and dreams are kept alive. The present only creates new moments in our life. So let's talk about the present, because that's what we're in right now. We're in the present. Now, the quote I have here for the present, because life represents the present, John Lennon said, I don't believe in Beatles anymore. I just believe in me. And what was he saying? He was saying, yeah, I'm being typecast as being in the Beatles. It's over now, people. Let it go. I'm now moving on. I'm going to be a solo artist. I'm John Lennon. I'm not a Beatle anymore. Some of you've got to let go of the past so you can move on. And you drag it around all the time. And I can see it coming from behind you. And you pull it out and show it to me. I don't want to see it anymore. See, the present, if the past is governed by the heart, the present is governed by the mind. You can control the present with your brain. All right? All right, so
He thinks everybody knows who the Beatles are.
yeah.
I was like, who is Lennon? He was like, Yellow Submarine. I was like, oh, yeah.
You let it be and all this stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So here's my advice about the present. Don't let your past haunt your present, and don't let your future be bigger than your present. Some people get big, we're about to talk about, they get so big a dream that they're living in the future, they don't take care of the present.
I get accused of that.
Live in the moment of the present and embrace the power of it. The urgency that comes from the moment is powerful. It helps your potential. It helps you dream, but you have got to reconcile your present. I know a lot. My brother was a big dreamer. He didn't have squat when he died. Nothing. He wanted a Lamborghini. I thought when I get really sad when I sit in that Lamborghini. I think my brother wanted to be in that Lamborghini.
What are you doing sitting in my Lamborghini?
Well, I was helping Mac move him.
Oh.
I thought since I drove the Maybach, I was qualified now to move on. No. Yeah, I couldn't barely get out of that car.
Hey, let me
Here's
give
a
you some
problem.
advice. Get a Lamborghini and a Ferrari while you're young. You get our age, it's not as much fun as you think.
I had to back out of it with my butt to get out of it.
I had to hold my head down. I can't bend it down. No, I have to hold it.
I went to see my brother's grave. I said, you didn't want no Lamborghini. You can't get in and out of it.
Get them while you're young. Y'all young folks, get them fast.
Mm-hmm. The concept of the past is what by which we measure our pain. A lot of us measure the pain we have from our past. I mean, I can't. My mother's never going to listen to this. I hope not. But so my mother. Listen. We lost my brother, 2010. She lost her husband, my stepfather, in 2005. She'll walk up to somebody. Y'all, please don't ever tell her I said this. She'll walk up to somebody in the grocery store, and I'm with her because I have to help her get to the grocery store and back because she can't drive. And so that's a horrible thing to do, is take your mother to the grocery store. But
that's an E activity right there.
Yeah.
Eliminate
With some
that.
A priority.
Delegate it or something.
She'll go up to people that she don't know because I'm reaching for stuff. I can't turn around, and she's already talking to a stranger, and she'll go, I just lost my husband. No, you didn't. It was 2005. And she'll start crying like it was yesterday. I know that's sad.
Y'all know his mom, my mama friends,
Yeah.
right? I know that.
Yeah, that's a whole no. We don't need to. We ain't got but 10 minutes. All right. Okay, I got to get back on this. If we could erase your memories today of this show, of your past, what would you do with the living you got left in your present and your future? Because a lot of people, if I could just get rid of that stuff out of your head, what would you complain about? Because Andy was talking about these people that he moved for, that were up here, that went down to here. Those are the complainers and the blamers. If I could take what you're complaining about out of your head and out of your memory and what you blame people for, what would you do? How much energy would you have for this business if you wasn't sitting around complaining and blaming? Y'all ready to go do the future now? Let's do the future now. All right, dreams. I like this quote by Oscar Wilde. Now, it's a cool quote. Oscar Wilde's a playwright. A dreamer is one who can find his way by moonlight. All right, stay with me now. But his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. Do you understand what that means?
Nope.
Nope. Dreamers can see the invisible. And it's frustrating to be around people that can only see the visible.
Well, you know it's coming.
But some people don't. Some people don't see that train coming right down the track. It's going to hit them right. I mean,
Or
I
the
can.
dawn. They don't hear. They don't see the dawn. They don't see the dawn or the train.
No. And have you ever seen a train
It
wreck about to
repeats
happen?
itself every day. You don't. It seems plain to me that it comes up every day. You always said his punishments. He sees the dawn before him. I mean, he's there looking for it.
It's frustrating for me to see a train wreck about to happen, and I'm warning you, and you ignore me. That's a curse of a dreamer.
So let me give you. These are free. Tear out stuff. This is the dawn coming. This is the stuff that you're going to own. These are the cars. I love cowboy stuff. I like cowboys and Indians. This is pass it around. This is houses, watches that you're going to have that I see. What he talks about, I see it. Now, I also see people that are going to crash and burn. It goes. Is that fair that it goes both ways?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I dream all the time of what it's going to be like. I was reading the Green Book, and in both places, talking about work it out, dream it out, I'm talking about in the book when I get a plane. And also, I didn't have a Lamborghini or Ferrari when I wrote the book. I was talking about Mercedes and Cadillacs. Now it's in other words, I'm reading back going, oh my God, it's true. So I don't know. So we're rewriting the book. It'll come out in a year or so, but you with me? If you're not seeing it ahead of time, is that, man, we're just saying, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Listen to this. This is a great statement. A man or woman is not old until regrets take the place of their dreams. See, if you're not careful and you don't dream, I mean, you have the right to dream. You have a choice to do it every day. And if you don't take advantage of it, it will soon turn into regret, because then you're living in the past and letting the past swallow up any future that you have, because you can't get away from it. It's got a hold of you. See, dreams only become reality if you believe that they can become reality. But belief only happens if you think you deserve better. You're never going to be a believer unless you think you deserve better. So really, if you look at it, believing you deserve better is the starting point of a dream. Then you start believing, then you'll dream bigger and bigger. See, I said the heart is what governs the past. The mind governs the present. What governs the future is the human spirit. And have you ever seen somebody's fire just burn out? Maybe you've seen your parents' fire and they just given up, and they're sitting around in their 40s, and they peaked. They've done everything they ever wanted to do. They don't have new dreams. They're just going through the motions of life. It's the saddest thing to see the human spirit die in somebody. You know, when my brother passed, my mom, I could see the fire just went out of her. And the only thing she looks forward to is me taking her lunch to Blue Ribbon once a week. And she don't get out of the house to do nothing else. Or when I take her to the grocery store, which is usually the same day, which is a great day, by the way. You know, I want to take her to, like, you know, a smaller grocery store like Harris Teeter. She wants to go to the big Walmart where everything's spread out. We got to walk a lot. And then she complains, oh, my hip's killing me. I'm like, well, we go to Harris Teeter. It's more expensive there. You got plenty of money. I'll pay for the extra. So we don't have to walk. But I love my mother.
It's true. He do.
Yep. All right.
You doing all right?
I'm doing good.
You done?
Yeah. Unless you want me to talk some more.
Y'all see that? Dream changes everything. How wide is your business going to be at the end of this year? Dream about it. How deep is it going to be? How much volume? your dream determines your work ethic. For some of you, you need to get a dream. Does that make sense? Relentless people have bigger dreams. The dream starts it all. If I contradict anything the way you're saying it academically, I want to know. I always tell people, like, is this thinking right academically? And he's like, most of the stuff is just natural for you. It's not natural. I hung around crazy rich people. I hung around crazy, I still, who was I talking to in his 70s? Killing it in his late 70s. Killing it. I was like, that's what I'm talking about right there. I plan on going until I die. Let me tell you something. When your future is not more exciting and more emotional than your past, like somebody dying, I understand that's emotional. But if you don't have something more emotional in the future, you might as well be dead. You're in big trouble. When you're, these high school stories crack me up. Like, do you remember? No, I don't remember when we played Southern. I don't even know how you do. I've been hunting in Africa since then. I used that space to take up the space when we beat Southern by 2 in overtime or whatever it was. And then we're going back. We're going to Alaska again. Me and Jane are going to Croatia this year. I don't even know where the heck that is. And there's some other country that I've never been to that I can't wait. I can't wait to go to Jane there. You with me? Dreams change everything. Everything. Everything changes when you got a dream. Be psycho about your dream. See, watch this. I'm not giving you these. These are my clothing magazines. I used to go through them every single page before I could buy them. Does that make sense? Now, I go through them with a magic marker and just mark what I want and lay it on Amber's desk and say, this is what I want. Does that make sense? Mostly now, a guy comes to me with fabric and not this. He said, now he's like, he got mad because I bought some of these. He was like, just show me a picture of what you want and I'll make it. That way it fits you better, more perfect, and it'll be better quality. I was like, okay. Now it's watches. Now it's helicopter. Now it's another house. I was showing Jane another house. She's like, another house? I was like, yeah, I think it'll be fun. She's like, not now. Can't we just visit? I was like, when? I will pivot in a second. You know what I mean? Your people can see it, smell it, hear it, and look, anytime it's a fire, here come the TV. Here come the young'uns. Here come the onlookers. Everybody, give them California people cringing right now. They be like, I don't know no fires. But when there's a fire, people come to see it. If you're not crazy excited about the future, people love that. My hangar is a dream. Hunting out at, we're building another tower out at the building. Out at the cabin, out in the farm place. I have so many different places to look at. I'm going to end with this with you. I remember sitting in meetings like this, tears coming out of my face. I think they were doing a better job of building a dream than I am right now, and better than me and Jeff did. And I would just cry thinking about what it's going to be like for my children, to pay for my daughter's education, to pay for my son's education, and then pay for the wedding. I hear people talking about weddings and how much they cost, and I said, it's not going to be like that. I was dreaming like this when we didn't have children. I tell my children, I go, y'all know I dreamed of this. I buy stuff for them, and I say, I dreamed of this. I believed in this 20-some years ago. And I remember sitting in those meetings and tears coming down my face. And a guy got to talking about this. He said, Can you imagine if you were underwater, what you would do to breathe? When you think about freedom, the way you think about getting air. Now, last night, Trump said, I was born free and I will stay free. Our country will never be a socialist country. I said, freedom to me ain't free until you got money. See, to me, it's time and money. So being born in America, you're free. You're free to choose. What was it you said? Choice is better than...
Fairness. The only thing that
you want it to be fair, you want to have a choice.
The only thing that trumps fairness, because everybody fights about what's fair and what ain't fair, and you tie up your time doing that, you add choices to your life, you ain't going to worry about fairness.
We don't care. Does that make sense? The rich restaurants has no traffic and no line, baby. And I don't care. The poor people can't go there. And I don't care. See, socialist says, let the poor people eat at the rich place too. I go, screw that. Then it would be crowded. Does that make any sense? Freedom, baby. Freedom. Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. Fly what you want to fly. Fly on your jet. Get the car you want to do. Get the restaurants you want to get. To appetizers. I remember I was little. I said, why do they have appetizers? I've never met a person that ordered appetizers. I order appetizers. Everybody asks you, I always order every appetizer there is. Because I look out there and I go, I bet ain't none of them other people ordering none of them. We need to make up for it and order some. I just want to taste every one of them. Because when I was little, I didn't get to taste them. I remember the first time when I found out people that actually did it. I was like, oh. Adam Katz. Adam Katz used to order his Coke with no ice. And we were building this business one day, and he ordered a Coke. I said, he'll have that with no ice. He said, I want ice. I said, you don't like ice. He said, I love ice. When I was broke, I didn't want to have to pay for a refill, so I didn't want to take up any of the room with ice. I just wanted all Coke. But now that I got some money in my pocket, I'm getting my Diet Coke with ice. That's right. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine that thinking. I'm old enough to remember when water was free. I remember you used to order water in a restaurant and it was free. You ordered it because it was free. And now I get what I want. I sometimes get 3 different drinks, baby. I'm not kidding you. I look at the menu now at the food first, not the price first.
Hey, but if you don't dream, you ain't going to have these choices. That's the prerequisite. You just sit there and whine about not having choices. But if you're a dreamer, it's going to force you to create choices. Terry's talking about Golden Corral now.
Look here. Does the dream make the man, or does the man make the dream? You got to decide, baby, but here's what I know. The dream matters. You got to get that dream, and you got to remember what it feels like. It right in the middle of the disaster, people turning on you, laughing at you. They won't do nothing. The only person you know booking 20 appointments a week is you. You're the only person on your team booking 20 appointments a week, and you look at them fools, and they won't do nothing. You need one day I'm going to have me somebody who book their own 20 appointments. Oh, that's a dream. That's where it begins, baby. Get it dreaming, draw it out, and then work it out, and we're going to travel the beaches of the world. Love y'all. Got to go.